Imagine this. You're packing for a weekend trip. You're packing light. Carry-on bag, a pair of sneakers, sunglasses, and one single small camera. One camera that you can take surfing in the morning and vlogging in the city that night. One camera that doesn't panic and doesn't turn into a blurry, grainy mess the second the sun goes down. For years, that has been the impossible dream for action cameras. But that dream might be about to become a reality. If you're thinking about buying a new GoPro, stop. Don't do it. At least, not yet. Because the rumor mill is buzzing, and it's buzzing about one thing. The new DJI Osmo Action 6. And the biggest leak, the one that changes the entire game, is the sensor. The rumor is that DJI's next Osmo Action is going to jump to a larger 1.1-inch sensor. If that leak is real, your night rides, your city walks, your indoor gym clips, everything is about to look cleaner, richer, and more cinematic than any action camera you have ever used before. Let's make this real. What does a bigger sensor actually mean for you? Think of a camera sensor like a window. A bigger sensor is a bigger window for light. More light coming in means less noise, that ugly, sandy grain you see in dark videos. It means more color. And it means better detail in the exact places where most action cams fall apart. In the shadows, in dim rooms, on neon streets, in a parking lot at 9 p.m. With a bigger sensor, your camera doesn't have to guess as much. It can use a lower, cleaner ISO. It can keep skin tones looking like actual skin. And it lets you lift the shadows in your video without that crunchy sandpaper look. This is not a tiny tweak. This is not a small, boring update. This is the difference between good for an action cam and wait, you shot that on that little thing? Now let's have some honesty. No hype without honesty. A bigger sensor is only half the story. A bigger sensor demands better glass. A bigger window needs a clean piece of glass to look through. If DJI nails the lens on this new camera, if it's sharp in the center and clean in the corners, if it has nice control flare, then you will see edge-to-edge clarity, even in that super ultra-wide mode. But if they cheap out on the lens to pay for the sensor, you will spot the problems on day one. You'll see soft, blurry corners and smear details. The good news is the Osmo Action line has always had solid optics, and it has that great hydrophobic lens cover that literally sheds water. If that carries forward, this is going to be a dream for surfers, swimmers, and any rainy day runners. You won't have that one giant rogue water bead ruining your entire shot. Now, let's talk color. This is the other half of that cinematic look. If DJI keeps its 10-bit color profiles like D-Log-M and HLG, your footage is going to grade like a dream. What does that mean? 10-bit is just a way of saying more colors. Way more colors. Million versus billion. This means your skies will stay smooth. Those beautiful sunset gradients won't have that ugly banding effect. And the bright highlights in your shot won't clip or turn into a flat, white blob as easily. But even if you never touch color grading, even if you just want to shoot and post, 10-bit color gives you richer, more accurate tones straight out of the camera. This is where that bigger sensor and the smarter color science work together. Skin will finally look like skin, even under weird, mixed lighting. Think about those storefront LEDs, or a gym with fluorescent lights, or those ugly, orange sodium streetlights. Your face won't turn gray or plastic. What about frames and resolutions? We should expect, at a minimum, the same specs as the current model. That means clean, beautiful 4K at high frame rates. But here's the exciting part. If 4K at 120 frames per second returns, or is even improved, it will now be fed by that new, giant 1.1-inch sensor. This means for the first time, slow motion at night becomes usable. Imagine getting a crisp, slow-motion shot of your sneakers hitting wet pavement under a streetlight, or a slow-motion shot of a barbell rep in a dim gym, without the muddy, blurry, noisy smear that you're used to. This is a huge leap. Of course, for an action camera, stabilization matters more than any other spec. Your 4K footage is useless if it's a shaky, unwatchable mess. DJI's Rocksteady and Horizon Steady are out. Ready top tier. They are right up there with GoPro's Hyper Smooth. The only catch, with a bigger sensor, is the crop. Digital stabilization works by cropping in on the sensor a little bit, leaving it some wiggle room to absorb the shakes. A bigger sensor can mean less wiggle room, unless the sensor's readout is clever. If DJI tightens its algorithms, and if they can keep that magical horizon lock without chewing up your field of view, then you get that floaty, gimbal-like feel, but with a wider, more natural picture. That is the best of both worlds. Here's how this all changes your shooting style. Action cameras have always had one look. Everything is in focus. From your nose, to the handlebars, to the mountain 5 miles away. It's a very deep, very flat, everything in focus look. With a larger 1.1-inch sensor, something new happens. Physics. When you get close to your subject, your hands on the handlebars, a coffee cup in the foreground, a face filling the frame, you will start to see a subtle, beautiful, natural background separation. Let's be realistic. This is not going to be full frame, blurry bokeh, but it will be just enough dimension, just enough separation to make your shots feel less action cam and more cinema cam. It's that subtle quality that people will feel even if they don't know why. Now, let's talk about the one thing that ruins more videos than shaky footage ever will: audio. Audio is half the experience. If DJI improves the microphone placement on the Action 6, and if they improve the wind handling algorithm, your voice clarity on a windy bike path or a beach boardwalk becomes simple. You won't sound like you're in a wind tunnel. Pair that with a great wireless option, like the DJI mic, and you've got a clean, broadcast-ready vlogging rig that fits in your pocket. This quiet upgrade might be the one you notice the most when you actually go to edit your videos. But all of this power, 10-bit 4K, a big 1.1-inch sensor, it creates two big problems: battery and heat. This is the part everyone avoids talking about, and it's the part everyone really cares about. High bitrate, 10-bit 4K video chews through power, and it builds a lot of heat, especially inside a tiny, waterproof, sealed-up body. The last Osmo Action handled heat pretty well, but every new generation gets pushed harder. So, here's what you must watch for when this camera finally drops and the reviews come out. You need to look for the continuous recording time test. How long can it record at 4K 60 in warm weather before it shuts down? How does it handle a stationary test, like on a tripod, versus a moving test, like on a bike, where it gets airflow? If this camera can keep rolling past the 20-minute mark, out in the sun, without drama, that is a massive engineering win. That is a win you will feel on every single shoot. Let's stack it up against the competition. GoPro is legendary. They are known for that punchy, vibrant GoPro color. They have buttery smooth, hyper smooth stabilization and really polished, dialed-in software. Insta360 owns the creative, weird space with 360-degree reframing and smart AI tools. DJI's advantage, if this sensor jump is real, will be in 3 places: low light, dynamic range, and a more natural look that holds up under mixed lighting. Think New York at night. Think Los Angeles sunsets. Think under the bleachers at halftime. If you live and shoot in those conditions, this might be the image quality you've been chasing for years. Let's paint a picture. A mountain biker in a shaded trail at 4 p.m. The leaves on the trees stay as individual leaves, not just green mush. A city traveler at blue hour right after sunset. The neon signs pop, but the faces of the people on the street don't turn gray. A parent filming a birthday party under those warm, dim kitchen lights. You get fewer blown-out highlights on the cake, you get better skin tones, and you get detail that actually survives the blowing out of the candles. The tech talk is nice, but this is what it's about. It's about saving your memories and having them look the way you actually felt them. Now, a quick reality check. Leaks can be wrong, and even great specs can flop in the real world. So, here is your 5-point checklist for when the reviews finally land. 1. Low light tests, but not just the skylines. On faces, how do people look? 2. Rolling shutter. On fast pans, though. Does the image look wobbly like jello? 3. Wind noise. With real voices. Can you actually hear what the person is saying? 4. Stabilization crop. How much of the field of view does it cut off? And how well does that horizon lock work? 5. And the big one, actual continuous recording times at 4K 60 and 4K 120 outdoors. If those 5 boxes are all ticked, then you can buy this camera with confidence. So, this brings us to the big question. Should you wait for the Action 6 or just buy what's out now? Here is my personal opinion, my best take. If you mostly shoot in bright, midday, outdoor action, and you find a great deal on the current GoPro or Osmo Action, you will be perfectly happy. They are still excellent, incredible cameras. But if you ever shoot indoors, if you ever shoot at night, if you shoot in mixed or bad lighting, or if you're a creator who likes to push your color grade, then you should wait. Waiting a beat could pay off big time. This new 1.1-inch sensor is not just another feature. It is a fundamental shift in image quality. It's the first time an action camera is being built with a cinema philosophy, a light-first philosophy. This could be the first action camera that doesn't just survive the night. It actually loves it. It's a pocket rig that keeps rolling, holds detail, and treats skin tones kindly in the real, messy light that you actually live in. That is the promise. And if DJI delivers on that promise, your best footage this year might just be the stuff you shoot after sunset. So what do you think? What do you shoot the most? Night streets? Indoor workouts? Family chaos? Or water and trails? Let me know in the comments. And what is the one setting you care most about? When the specs are official, we'll know for sure. But until then, keep your eyes on those low-light tests. The moment this thing becomes real, you'll know if it's your next camera. And if you like the video, subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon like that. Thanks for watching.